Hey, so I've been wanting to make a video about exercise and mental health for quite a while now. Thing is, like, you probably talk literally for a day on this topic. There's so much to say. So I thought I'd maybe just try and keep it concise initially, and then maybe just after getting some feedback from you guys, maybe just talking on some different topics within that topic. So my main reason for exercising is that it helps my mental health. So some people might know, some people might not know, but I've struggled with mental health issues. If I look back, probably pretty much my whole life, even at primary school, I can remember periods of time where I felt pretty depressed, pretty anxious, stuff like that. So it's one of those, like, is it nature or nurture? Like, do you have a tendency genetically to be like that if people in your family have suffered with mental health issues, or is it a learned behaviour? I don't know. I'm not going to go into that now. And that's the only thing really that qualifies me to talk about it, is the fact that I've suffered with mental health issues myself. I'm obviously not trained in anything like that. But I think the main thing that I find with exercise is that as humans we have a tendency to self-medicate, whether we're aware of that or not. So from a very young age, if you display signs of being upset, like if a child's crying, the very first thing a parent or a grandparent or whoever, an adult, wants to do is soothe that child and stop them from crying. So I think we learn from a very young age to soothe or be soothed by things, whether that as a child, whether that's food like chocolate, or whether it's like a distraction technique or tactic. And as you grow older, whether you're aware of it or not, we do tend to self-medicate when we're feeling a bit down. So the classic things, obviously drugs and alcohol, but then sometimes different things like maybe sex or food. Self-medicate with maybe like shopping, spending too much money, gambling, getting addicted to these TV shows. Like, you could go on forever, couldn't you, about what people self-medicate with. Problem is, the vast majority of things that people self-medicate with will make you feel better in the very, very short term. But in the long term, they tend to make problems worse. I've obviously been there in the past. And yeah, like making yourself feel amazing for like 2 or 3 hours on a Saturday night. Yeah, fair enough. It gets you out of the rut that you've been stuck in, feeling like shit all week, but then you just go back to feeling like shit for the whole rest of the week. So it's like, feel like crap for like 6.5 days of the week, just for the sake of feeling good for like a small period of time. And then I got into exercise, and I certainly did not get into exercise because I thought it was going to help my mental health. No way. I got into exercise probably like most women do, because thinking, oh, I want my bum to look better, or I want to get a bit thinner, and then very, very quickly realised, wow, this actually makes me feel amazing. And it's the flip side to the drugs and alcohol thing. So it's like, you exercise for an hour, and yes, sometimes it feels quite uncomfortable when you're exercising, if you're pushing yourself hard, but you exercise for 1 hour and then you feel amazing for the next 23 hours of the day, and it's like, whoa, yeah, I'm onto something here. And it doesn't really have any bad side effects. Maybe very small percentage of people get like obsessed with exercise, but not many. Like, for most people, you put that effort in for half an hour or an hour each day, and then you're only reaping the rewards or reaping the benefits then. And like for me, that I'll go to the gym or I run, I do yoga, but exercise could be anything. Could be walking, running, swimming, playing a sport. And then there's a social aspect to it as well, which when I first got into exercise, I never really thought about that. And CrossFit was the thing that really got my mind thinking about that, is that social and community aspect of the exercising, like seeing the same people and sort of like-minded people look out for each other, you make friendships through the gym, and it really does make a big difference. I do appreciate sometimes, and I've been in this situation as well, that sometimes hard to make yourself go and do that exercise because you're feeling so crap. The last thing you want to do is put yourself out there in a gym environment or get your trainers on and go for a run or whatever. But I always try, and when I'm feeling like that and I really, really don't want to go, I always try and remember all the times that I have gone and exercised, and you never come back from a run feeling depressed. It's just impossible. You never walk out of the gym thinking, oh God, I wish I'd never went because I really truly feel more depressed than I did when I went. It's just not like that. And probably the last point I'll touch on is what I've noticed recently myself as well. When you, for example, lifting weights, because that's the thing I'm into. If you're really concentrating on, for example, a bicep curl, you're concentrating on getting your technique right, that mind-muscle connection, thinking about working that muscle. It's almost like an exercise in mindfulness, because you can't, if you're correctly performing an exercise and you're properly thinking about engaging those muscles, you're properly thinking about your breathing, how your posture is, all those sort of things, you can't also in your mind be stressing or worrying about something else. It's impossible. So exercise is an exercise in mindfulness. If you're, another example, maybe playing tennis, you're thinking about that shot and how you're going to execute it, and then you're thinking about what your opponent might be doing next, things like that. It is an exercise in mindfulness, and that's a thing that doctors do prescribe now for people with mental health problems. So those are just a few things I wanted to touch on. Obviously, as I said, you could probably talk forever about the benefits of exercise and mental health. So yeah, comment below if there's anything that you want me to talk about, or anything that you've observed yourself, or yeah, anything, just give me a shout. I hope this helped. Obviously, if it did help, share it with friends or comment below, let me know. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.